Man, this tractor has a lot more technology on it than I was expecting. If you're getting a power shuttle, you'll probably get the lower trim level and save that money too. This is the price here today. Tomorrow it might be different, somewhere else it might be different. Hey, it's Brock here with Rock Hill Farms, and as you guys know, I've been shopping for a tractor in the 50 to 75 horsepower range. I just did a comparison between an LS and a TYM that fit that category, and now we're gonna look at a Coyote. We're at the OKC Farm Show today, and I've got the owner of a dealership here that's going to tell us a little bit about this tractor and why you might be interested.
My name is Pete Wall. We have a small Coyote dealership in western Oklahoma, in Clinton, right on I-40. And why you would want to buy a Coyote is it just comes down to who you buy it from. There's lots of tractors, lots of options, but it basically comes from develop a relationship with your dealer and make sure it's somebody you can trust and they will take care of you.
So Coyote, they're made in South Korea,
Correct.
Just like the other two brands I was looking at. So can you tell me some things specifically about Coyote tractors, or even this one, that you like?
I like the lifting capacity on this tractor. Got about 2,700 pounds on the front, 3,100 pounds on the back. This is the NX model, which is more of a premium line. This one has got the hydrostat transmission over the power shuttle. It's got a little heavier front axle than a lot of tractors, which is really nice for the front end loader if you're doing a lot of loader work. And this tractor, it's easy to get in and out of. It doesn't have the little hump in the middle, and the nice suspension seat. Those are just some of the small features in this category of tractor with this price range.
So I'm going to walk around it, try to see anything that I think compares better or worse or the same to the two tractors I just looked at that are the same frame size, same horsepower, very similar type of machines. Then we're going to get into prices with the cab and without. And keep in mind that every tractor manufacturer is going to have a premium tractor that's more expensive, and then like a mid-range or an economy in the same size normally. And that's the case here. You said this NX is the premium?
Yes.
And then if you were looking to get a tractor this size that wasn't quite as expensive, what's the model number going to look like on that?
NS.
NS.
Yep.
All right, well, let's take a look at it. Hey, I really appreciate you taking the time to answer my questions.
Thank you very much. It was good to meet you.
Yep. All right, so I've got all the numbers now, including the prices, but we'll hit prices at the end. So a lot of this stuff is going to be the same. So with the loader, it's obviously a detached loader, skid steer quick attach. This has third function on it. It's 2,700 pound lift capacity. So the TYM, the LS, and the Coyote are within 100 pounds on their rated lift capacity. So very similar. As we finish up talking about the loader, this, one thing I've mentioned before I really like about Coyote is this loader, it's bolted on here like mine is and like the others are, but then it's got a bracket that comes down and then runs all the way back under the rear axle. Now someone was making a comment when I talked about that before that they thought that they were taking that to mean that the loader needed extra reinforcements. I think whatever you've got here, if you can add bracing further back, it's like a backhoe subframe. You don't want to just put a backhoe on your 3-point. It needs a subframe that runs under the tractor. Well, you've got the same thing here for your loader. The fuel fill, same spot, same basic design. And of course, we've got our step here that I'm about to climb up. A lot of this stuff, it's so similar that they've got the same lift capacity and the same location of this. You'd think that with them all being in South Korea, there was some relation between the companies, but there's really not. As a matter of fact, that's one of the calling cards for Coyote, is that they engineer everything on their tractor from the axles to the transmission in-house. This is not a pieced together tractor made by a bunch of different companies. Model number we're looking at is NX5500. The NX tells you that it's the premium, equivalent to a John Deere R versus a John Deere E. The other one we'll look at in a minute is the NS. We're also comparing cab tractors. The prices I have are for cab tractors, but we're going to have to look at a different tractor, a slightly different model, to look at the cab because they don't have a cab model here. But the prices at the end will be for a cab tractor just like they were on the others. The rear tire size is 17.5 by 24. That is, I believe, the exact same size as the TYM tire, which was about an inch or two bigger than the LS tire. As we look at the back of the tractor, you can see the lever here to raise and lower the 3-point from off the seat. All the models I've been comparing in this series have that. The 3-point lift capacity is 3,300 pounds, which is just slightly more than the others. Actually, I believe it was 3,100 pounds. So it's about the same, maybe just slightly more than the LS. It's got extendable lift arms. It's got telescoping stabilizers. Now this tractor has one rear remote. I believe both of the other tractors had dual rear remotes, but that's something you're just going to have to add to the cost at the end to get that extra remote on the back. So there's no plastic on the hood or the fenders. This has a nice electronic control built into the joystick for your third function. Your joystick control lever is a little bit out away from you to the right. Plenty of room. Steering wheel's almost too far away, so I slide the seat forward. This is a hydrostat, but you can get it in a power shuttle. He said they rarely ever order this in the power shuttle because you can, if you're getting a power shuttle, you'll probably get the lower trim level and save that money too. So this would be the 3-point lever, and I believe the draft control. I'll have to look at the back of the tractor to make sure on that. Here's our PTO switch. We've got a cover here for all the other controls that I can't claim to understand fully. So this is cruise PTO, and you've got a plus and minus on it. We've got an auto and manual switch here for the PTO, and that would allow you to shut the PTO off automatically when you raise the 3-point. That's a feature that they had on the LS tractor. This is your linked pedal, also called auto throttle. There's a no stall setting, which to my understanding is that if you go into like a pile of rock with your throttle down and it's about to bog the tractor down or try to kill it, but you have the no stall on, it will increase the RPMs to prevent that. Here's a switch to turn your regen on and off. I don't know what this switch is or this one, so we're going to try to ask. This looks like a setting for travel speed. Man, this tractor has a lot more technology on it than I was expecting, and I'll try to do some research, see if I can learn any more about these features. All right, so I didn't know what all the switches up there did. And what that tells me is I just look at that switch panel, and then I look at the printout they gave me explaining all the features. I say, man, this tractor has a lot of features and technology on it. And when we did the comparison between LS and TYM, we talked about the philosophical difference between TYM making the more simple mechanical tractor that cost less, and the LS having more features and technology on it. And you could make a case either way, which is better. Like, this has a lot of technology on it. It allows you to do things that the other machine maybe can't, or in a more convenient way. And I love a lot of those features, but some of these I don't truly understand, so we're going to go through them. It's got torque compensation. That enables the engine to maintain a consistent and stable torque level under all conditions. That's one of those switches. Anti-stall function. I tried to talk about that already. When it's engaged, the tractor will protect itself from instant engine stall when there's a momentary overload. PTO cruise control. That's going to maintain your PTO speed whenever you bog down. It's got a hydraulic independent PTO. Deluxe suspension seat, turn assist control. The optional turn assist control kit will drop the engine RPM by 10% automatically when turning sharply. This will allow for more precise work and reduces fuel consumption. True speed cruise control. Electronic hydrostat control system enables the tractor to maintain a set speed no matter what condition or load you're under. So the big dial right next to the PTO knob is going to be your cruise control. And that's really nice. Like, you can just dial it in. That's better than automotive cruise control, honestly. We've got some more information on here. The weight of the machine with ag tires, 4,183 pounds. Length of the tractor, 139 inches, width 65 inches. Wheelbase, 75 inches, ground clearance, 15 inches. So we're trying to do a comparison between similar cab tractors, and they don't have a cab tractor in the 55 to 60 horsepower tractor like I'm looking at, but here's a 75 horse cab tractor that should be at least similar, maybe a little bigger. Ooh, doggy. I like this one. A lot of room, big machine. This is bigger than I need though. I do still want to be able to take this and do a job at a property in town. I like doing that type of work where I just show up and solve a problem for a homeowner in town. And you get too big, you can't do that anymore. That's why it'd be nice to have both sizes. Definitely a nice roomy cab. This has a sun visor. That's something that I haven't seen very much. Otherwise, this seems pretty similar. It's a bigger cab, but it's a bigger tractor. The windows open the same way. You got your air conditioning controls and your radio. Mirror inside the cab, 2 mirrors outside. Nice air ride seat, adjustable wheel, good visibility. Everything looks good in here. Now let's talk price. And you guys understand the way it works with pricing. This is the price here today. Tomorrow it might be different, somewhere else it might be different. But we're looking at cab tractors, which we haven't shown a cab tractor yet, but looking at cab tractors just like the TYM and the LS, this machine right here is going to be $42,458. That's about $3,000 more than the LS was, and it's got more technology and features on it. Now, if you wanted to go closer to the price we saw on the TYM, which was the cheapest we've seen, you'd go with the economy model. And cab tractor economy model from Coyote, $37,484. So we're a little bit higher, but it's pretty close. All right, well, I appreciate you taking time to watch this video. Hopefully it's been informational or entertaining. I'll put links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.